Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity, the White March. In the last episode we returned back here to the village of Stalwart to deal with that one main fisherman. What was his name again? Grunde. Yeah, I think it was Grunde. So anyway, Galvino wanted us to humiliate Grunde in front of the entire village, just like Grunde humiliated Galvino as well. But Galvino knew about his some sort of a drug addiction, and he wanted us to reveal it to the entire village and thus humiliate Grunde. But while we were looking for the drug stash of his, we also found out that he actually murdered or killed his sister in the past, and he feels very bad about it, and is very sorry. But not sorry enough to turn himself into the rest of the village, apparently. And so I was like, you know what? You killed your sister, now you're going to die too, because justice. And that's what we did. We killed Grunde, and now we need to go back to Galvino and tell him what has happened, basically. But not quite yet, because we also need to find a soul that is a descendant of a Durgan's battery dwarf, basically. So we need to find a person here who has a soul descendant of a Durgan's battery dwarf. We have already talked to a few people and inspected their souls, but so far we haven't found a person who has a Durgan's battery dwarf soul deep within them, or something along those lines. So yeah, that's what we are gonna do in this episode for starters. We are gonna try and look for that soul. Should we try to see if we can find it from in this inn? The innkeeper doesn't have it. I already checked that in the last episode before we rested. Bard? Hardly anyone coming up the roads these days. You're the first new face in weeks. Alright. Something tells me that the soul descendant is not in here, in this inn tavern. Oh, Wunna. Well, she's a named one.
Excuse me, was there something you need?
She knits her fingers together and looks intently at the floor. Read her soul. Might as well, since it's an option. You feel for Ovinna's essence and almost instantly find yourself wrapped in darkness. It takes a moment to realize that you have plunged into a very old memory. But as your eyes adjust to the torchlight, you find yourself standing in a gloomy tunnel that you instinctively recognize as a part of Durgan's battery. Oh! Okay, so we found her from inside this tavern after all. Lucky us. Good thing I didn't go outside. A handful of figures in patchy cloaks and hoods, dwarfs like you, hunch over a minecart. They are loading it with cloth-wrapped bundles from which you see the occasional flash of metal, the edge of a blade, or the burnished glow of blade. The other dwarfs scurry with a curious mixture of haste and caution. They stack the bundles in a din of muted clangs and thumps, following the echoes of their ruckus down the tunnel with nervous eyes. Pay attention!
Pay attention!
Oh.
Sooner we get this done, sooner we can go.
Oh, so there is some voice acting here, alright. Your voice is a dry whisper and your nerves tingle with energy. You feel the same apprehension that the others do, but unlike them, you relish it. Still, you look over your shoulder, just in case.
We're hurrying, Captain Gregor. Honest.
When you turn back, the others have redoubled their efforts, and you feel a pleasurable twist in your gut as they fill the cart. Being captain of the guard doesn't pay much, but it does allow you to visit the armory without raising eyebrows. And with Coinmaster Zoldun selling off half of the battery's arsenal, who's going to notice a few more missing pieces? Besides, you have got a buyer lined up, as long as you can move these goods out of the battery before someone squeals. As you surface from the memory, you realize that an awakening will be permanent for Ovunna. Oh yeah, so she's basically going to be like Aloth who has the awakened soul of Iselmur inside him. Something along those lines. Or Mayorwald, you know, the old master of Kainua we met before we took the stronghold for ourselves, and he turned out to be quite crazy. So that could also happen to this poor little lass here. There may be others in town you could awaken instead. You look to find Ovunna staring at you. Aha, so there can be others that we can awaken as well. Alright.
Ma'am? Excuse me, ma'am? You alright?
Her head is cocked and her brow is furrowed. Awaken Gregor and remember your theft from the armory. Well, if there is an option to awaken someone else's soul instead, what does it say here? I found a direct soul descendant of someone from Durgan's battery. I could awaken this person now, or I could continue searching Stalwart for another candidate. One way or another, I'll have to awaken somebody who can tell me this cantec of Durgan's battery. I should be able to awaken awaken an older soul by speaking directly to it. Easy enough, but it may have unpredictable consequences for the villager that soul lives in. Avunna, a maid in the Gref's Rest, shares her soul with a dwarf named Gregor. He's corrupt and deceitful, so awakening him could make things interesting for the shy maid. There may be someone else in town I could awaken. Well, since we have the option, might as well look for some more. But we sure found one quickly. I didn't expect there to be any soul descendants here in this tavern. What about downstairs? I don't think we have even been in there yet. So let's go and check it out. Oh, there's some gambling going on here. I see. Tying Luke, and then some gamblers.
10 Pawns says she trips them.
You're awful.
Oh, there's a few traps there. Don't think it's a good idea to go and oh, and it looks like the chest itself is also trapped. Yes. Well, let's have a chat with these folks and see if they have anything interesting. Maybe we can gamble as well. The hero of the hour, he laughs. Hyverick sent you down to check on us. We aren't causing trouble, on my word. I don't think he mentioned you at all. Who are you? Don't suppose you know where a woman could find some Fenland liquor? Oh yeah, this is the liquor side quest we could do, but I don't really care about that. What are you playing? Outplays for a game. Well, not really, I guess. And who are you? Tain. It is goddamn this name sometimes. Tain Leuk. He raises his mug. Humble fisherman. Though with the ogres coming down all the time, well, I would sooner fish for truth down a bottle for the time being. And what are you playing? Dozens. Care to test your luck? Each of us puts down 50 pounds. 3 wins and you take the 100. Could explain the rules if you like. Well, why not? What are the rules? It's simple enough. Winner takes all. We roll 3 dice each. Get 3 4s and that's the dozen. Beats all the other rolls. You roll anything else than sums to 12. That's the tower's second best. You roll any other triples, that's a godhammer. You get a pair, that's witnesses. 1, 2, and 3 is the saint. That's the lowest. Any other roll is talkers. Doesn't amount to anything. So you roll the dice again. You get it. You get it. Yeah, let's play. Why not? And Tain Leuk reaches forward to gather up his dice. Right, here we go. Coins on the table. Pay 50... What is that, 50p? Is that... I don't think that's just 50 copper. It's not silver or gold either. Whatever, let's just pay it up. Yeah, okay, so it's just 50 copper. Alright. So it's basically nothing to me. I'll let you go first, since you are new. Tain Leuk chuckles. Roll the dice. You cast the dice. 1, 2, 5. Talkers. So basically, completely trash. Roll the dice. The saint. And Tain Leuk rolls his dice. 2, 3, 4. Talkers. Tain Leuk crumbles and picks up his dice again. Tain Leuk rolls the dice. 3, 6, 6. Witnesses. Value 3. Ah, my witnesses beats your saint. Looks like I win. Tain Leuk reaches forward to gather up his dice. Ready? Let's play a few more games. Why not? Maybe we win something. Witnesses, value 1. Witnesses, value 6. Not bad. Ah, my witnesses beats yours. Oh wait. Oh, he rolled the dice. God damn it. One more. 1 to 6 talkers. Witnesses value 3. Talkers. Tiny crumbles and picks up his dice again. Talkers. Tiny crumbles and picks up his dice again. How many times are you gonna do that? Ah, my witnesses beats yours, witnesses. Looks like I win. Of course you did. And the game is mine. Don't take it too hard, friend. You can always try again. Tiny Luke reaches forward to pull his wingings in toward himself. Something tells me that that guy is cheating. They always cheat. Well, anyway. What can I do for you? Ogre Slayer? Fancy a roll of a dice? Odd place for a game. Is it? Hyveric doesn't like me making a ruckus upstairs, so I get the cellar to myself, provided I don't go digging in his stores. That's a fair bargain, right lads? We have our fun. Should we try again? Maybe I can catch him cheating and then I kill him for that. Sure thing, if you got the coin. Oh, I got the coin alright. More than you can ever dream of. Tadlock reaches forward to gather up his dice. Right, here we go. Coins on the table. Pay 50 copper. I'll let you go first since you are new, Tiny Luke chuckles. You cast the dice. 1, 2, 5 talkers, basically nothing. 3, 5, 6. 1, 5, 6 towers, value 6. Rolls his dice. 3, 5, 6. Tiny Luke crumbles and picks up his dice again. Value 1. I'm still winning by the looks of it. Damn! Your towers beats my witnesses. The round's yours. So, ready? I don't forfeit. Let's just continue to the very end. Value 1. God damn it! He won. One more, I think. Value 2. Well, that's crap. God damn it. Oh, one more. Alright. 3. God damn it. And the game is mine. Don't take it too hard, friend. You can always try again. Tiny Luke reaches forward to pull his wingings in towards himself. God damn it, and I thought I won there for a moment. That guy must be cheating. I don't know how, but... well, whatever. Let's read his soul. For a moment your senses are overwhelmed. There are fumbling hands at your belt, and your own low laughter in your ears. Your shoulder is jammed up against the cabinet, and it rattles every time Burtwen leans down to kiss you. Is it a guy or a woman? There is a sedate pleasure to the memory, but nothing in it has much to do with the battery. Alright. I wonder if it's not any of these guys. I wonder who Bertrand is. It sounded like a guy's name to me, but I don't want to think about it. Oh, but it looks like Devil of Caroc wants to have a chat with us.
Didn't think there was anything more than lice and hoarfrost to these folk, but you had a look back there.
Oh.
What do you find when you're rooting around like that?
Didn't think there was anything more than lice and hoarfrost to these folk, but you had a look back there. What do you find when you are rooting around like that? I'm not quite sure I know what she's referring to. Oh, she's asking about my Watcher stuff. The fabric of a soul? Things I would rather not see. Usually somebody else's bad choices. Things I would rather not see.
Yeah? And I'll bet you could do the same to anyone in this village. Easy as looking at him.
She watches you intently. Why do you want to know?
Mayhap I'm looking for someone. Woodcutter by the name of Harmka.
And tell me why you want to find Harmka. Maybe he's one of those guys who burnt down her home and village and stuff. Oh wait, no, there was only one guy who burned her house specifically, but there were lots of more guys who burned the village in general.
So I can kill him.
Yeah, I thought
Wrap
so.
my fingers around his throat till he's as cold as his wretched village.
Her fingers tighten into fists, the metal squealing and rattling.
He was one of them. The mob that destroyed Cold Morn.
Ah, so I was right.
I tracked him to Stalwart years ago, but got caught before I could finish my business.
Dark, iridescent holes appear and fade on her chest plate. Heat ripples from her metal carapace. You want me to help you murder someone? It's been 13 years, and you're still after him. I'm with you. Tell what I need to know about him. Well, yeah, we have murdered quite a few people so far by now, so I don't think that one more is gonna do much harm. Plus, he doesn't care. It's been 13 years, and you're still after him. Well, yeah, apparently. Well, I'm with you. Tell what I need to know about him.
This man, Harmka. I saw him outside my house the night it burned, staring into the flames the way I seen you stare into souls.
Her fists clenched and loosened in a series of rapid random movements.
I knew it were a fool's errand trying to hunt down every man and woman that carried a torch into Cold Morn. But
She twists her head from side to side and holds up a hand. She delicately the delicately engraved palm empty but grasping at something.
If I knew I got the one responsible for my kin and my hearth, I might could rest easy.
How can you be so sure about this Harmk fellow? Yeah.
I took a good long look that night. Ours was a little place with a yellow door right on the edge of town. He was there.
She nods slowly.
Besides, I asked around when I first got to Stalwart. Townsfolk said that all the woodcutters in town took part in the purge. Point of pride for them.
A small plume of heat arises from a seam in her skull. And what does this have to do with me?
I told you he was part of the mob. I spotted him watching my house when it burned. But when we find him, I want to know if he's the one responsible for my home, my parents, and my brothers and sister.
One of her thumbs rubs absently at a scratch on her hand.
I never thought I'd have the chance to know for sure. But you could look into his soul and find out. You being a watcher and all.
I'll do what I can.
Mighty fine of you. Mighty fine indeed.
She nods again, her head bobbing along to a drowsy cadence.
Don't know where he dallies these days, but someone in Stalwart could tell us. People from little villages, they always know.
Yeah. Tight-knit community and everything. The black marbles of her eyes scrape against her socket as she looks at you. Alright, I think I'm gonna save this question later again. Find Harmk. So this is Devil of Caroc's own personal quest. Alright, let's try to help find Harmk. And what do we have here? Skulls from Mother. Oh yeah, this was one of the assignments I gave for Kana. Yeah. So let's see. Somewhere deep in the ruins of Iprel's well, a pair of Prakra prey on travelers and offer up sacrifices to their mother. In the past, travelers simply knew to avoid all trails leading near the well, but in recent years, the Prakra have increased the range of their hunts. Travelers have been abducted or killed on the roads between Solace Vale and Midwood. Clanfatans are reticent to enter Iprel's well due to the religious significance of the ruins there, but that hasn't stopped the residents of the affected towns from requesting help from within the Deerwood. Kana explored the ruins of Iprel's well extensively and found a wide array of dangers in the ancient city's crumbling homes and palaces. Though the Pakra had always been hostile to outsiders, Kana was able to speak with them and realize that they were being mentally controlled by someone else. Ah, I see. The source of the increased attacks was an Orlan cipher who had been disowned by her father and subsequently banished from the twice split arrows. Especially skilled at mental domination, the Cipher was using the Prakwa, her children, to make a small fortune on unlucky travelers. However, once Kana threw her out into the open, the overconfident Cipher was quickly defeated. In the Cipher's lair near the heart of Iprel's well, Kana discovered a grisly treasure, a necklace that Prakwa had formed from the teeth of the Orlan's murdered father. So we got some experience and money and... what's this? Father's teeth. Grants rot skulls. Charges remaining 4. So wait, charges? So does that mean that there is only 4 charges, and after we have used all of them, we cannot use this rot skulls ability ever again, even after we rest or something? Let's see, what does this do anyway? Summon weapon, rot skull for 30 seconds. Rot skull? Universal wand, 2-handed. Ah, interesting. So we basically summon a weapon to fight for us. Plus 18 fortitude. Resist attacks on the internal physical systems of the character, poison, disease, etc. This grisly necklace is fashioned from the teeth of a dead Orlan, the unfortunate father of a deranged Cipher who used her powers to terrorize travelers near Clanfatan ruins of Iprel's well. The Cipher's daughter's mind-controlled Prakra. I never learn how to pronounce that name. Made the necklace for her as a gift. I see. But 4 charges. Well, I guess we find out at some point eventually. So Kana has done that. All right, nice. Now let's go back up and have a little chat with the innkeeper, and maybe he knows where this. What was the guy's name again? Where this Harmke guy is.
I'm ready.
Alright. Now, do you know anything?
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
Do you know a man named Harmke?
The woodcutter? Sure do. Head west from the village, then go north. If you see the frozen stream, you've gone too far.
Oh, alright. So maybe he's in the... What was the place's name again? Stutterwood or something along those lines. The same place where the Oko matron's cave was.
Usually works a stand of trees out in the russet wood, though he steps out from time to time.
Ah, russet wood, yeah, that was the place's name. Usually works a stand of trees out in the russet wood. Alright, so I guess we go there.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Be careful how far you follow this revenge plot. It may bring her some small satisfaction, but I doubt anything good will come our way.
I keep that in mind, Palladino. Thanks for the advice. Alright, so but before we leave this village, I want to find some other people who has soul descendants of Durgan's battery dwarfs inside them. Because I would rather reawaken a soul from within someone who is not that pleasant, rather than some innocent cute little maids. Let's see, maybe there is another one here. Is there any other named guys here? A cook? Let Hyferic know if you're hungry. Alright. Andred. Hey there, good timing. You can watch me drown Burtwen. Oh wait, that's the guy who was kissing someone in the gambler's memories we just inspected. So I guess it's a guy after all. Ugh. Used to play a game like this in Masok. Good fun until someone loses a finger. Once Andred, you won. Once Andred, you won once. You're playing games. What about the ogre attack? Well, we kinda took care of them, didn't we? What are you playing? Orlan's head. Andred grins sheepishly. That's what they call it anyhow. Smooth. If you pick a target, see, nose or ears. Nose is worth more, but you have got 2 ears to work with. You get less points the further out from the target you get. So for the mouth and eyes, no points if you miss. Fancy a game? 3 throws each, and whoever gets the most points by the end of it wins the wager. I'll put down £50 if you will. If you will, that is. That's a little tasteless. Hey, I didn't name it. Don't take it so serious. Not like we are using a real Orlan. Well, sure, let's play. Why the hell not? Look at that. Andred pulls a throwing knife from his belt, turning it over his hands. Wagers 50 pence. You in? Yeah, I'm in. It's only 50 copper anyway. Lovely. I'll go first, just to show you how it's done. Andred aims carefully and throws his blade. The knife hits the mouth, scoring 5. Andred walks up to retrieve the knife. Your turn. Let's see, can we hit the nose? The knife hits the ear, scoring 7, so we won basically. Andred aims carefully and throws his blade. And hits the mouth again. Your turn. Let's try the nose again. Damn it! 0. 10? Screw you! You're cheating, I don't know how. It must be the computer must be cheating. Andred walks up to retrieve the knife. Your turn. Damn it. Looks like I lost, I think. That's 14 for you and 20 for me. The game is mine. Of course it is. The coin too, Andred snickers. Come on, back if you want to try again. Alright, at least I know that he's not cheating. I mean, how could he possibly cheat in this? Let's try again, just for fun. Maybe we can actually win something. Oh, it's our August Lane friend. Have you crowned you Queen of Stalwart yet? My friend doesn't mean to be an ass, ma'am. It just comes natural. Let's play Orlan's head. Yeah, I'm in. And straight to the frickin' nose. Jesus Christ. Should we go for ears this time? It's less points, but it's easier to hit them, I guess. Oh! We hit the mouth instead. Well, I guess that's fine. At least we hit something. Only one. Ears. 7. We are winning. Yeah, I think we got this one. And the ears. Yeah, we hit the ear and it's 7. I think we won this one. That's 19 for you and 12 for me. Not bad, stranger. Looks like you win this one. And we got 100 coppers. Nice. Here's your prize. Guess you ought to get in some practice. Guess I ought to get in some practice. Alright. Well, enough about that fun. Let's read Andred's soul. A handful of memories start across your mind like startled fish, leaving indistinct images and sounds in their wake. For a moment you are overwhelmed, until one particular recollection tugs at your senses with a stubborn force. You, or Andred, or both, kneel on a stone floor, held between two men. The man pacing in front of you wears the armor of a crucible knight. Interesting. And you feel Andred's half-hearted contempt for him, and as if it were your own. You feel Andred's triumph too, when the knights come just close enough for you to spit blood on his boots. The memory slips away from you, and you find yourself back in your own shoes. Farewell. What about Burtwen? Let's see. Do you have any naughty memories? What do you think, stranger? I think I'm getting better. Well, I don't care about that. I care about your memories. The whiff of salt and brine is in your nostrils before the room has even faded. The ground heaves beneath your feet, and a spray of ocean water rolls over the railing as the ship heels onto the wind. The ship shudders violently, and you are thrown against the railing. In that moment you find your gaze pulled to the pitching surface of the dark sea, and see there an eye, broad as a shield, gazing back at you in turn. Fear and fascination and sweep through your mind, even as your senses recede and the memory fades. Alright, so you two are no important. Anyone else? I guess that's pretty much it. What about kids? Buy us some wine, missus? I think you're too young for wine, kiddo. Are the giants going to eat us? Not for as long as I'm here, don't worry. One last... Let's check this one last time. Villager... And no one is here. Oh, what do we have here? Just some fruit. Alright, I guess there's no more soul descendants in here, so let's go and explore the rest of the village. Okie dokie. Now, how about Theodore? I'm still looking for someone to take care of those dangerous folk roaming the area if you're up for it. Very well. Well, I guess we don't have the option to check out his soul. Rayfold.
If you weren't gonna fetch the liquor for me, you didn't have to tell Havric about it. Now he's banned me from the inn altogether.
Oh yeah, we told the innkeeper about Rayfold's intentions. Sorry, I figured it would keep you out of trouble. Maybe that'll teach you not to plot thefts and deaths with strangers. You got what you deserved, or trust me, I could have done far worse to you. Yeah, let's go with this, I like the option. Trust me, I could have done far worse to you.
Alright! I didn't mean anything by it. What do you want, anyway?
Rid your soul. The snowy paths peel away, and the brisk air gives way to the acrid stench of smoke. A dark cloud billows up from the remnants of a burning house, at the far edge of a rocky field. You are low to the ground, held in place, and above you the wind tugs embers back and forth like firebugs. The vision in your
Not so brave now, are you?
Oh, the vision in your left eye is clouded, such that the figure standing over you is a collection of rough smears of black cast in silhouette by the fire. Not so brave now, are you? A dark shape swings towards your face, and the subsequent burst of agony jars you out of the memory and back into your own skin.
What? Did I spill something on myself?
Rayford looks down at his clothing. Ah, well. And whose house was this? Was this? Yeah, this is Renegil's house, but we have read their minds already, or souls rather, and they didn't have anything. They did not have the souls of Durgan's battery dwarfs. And there is this one lady inside here. Let's just check it out real fast. Alright, lady.
Got to speak up? My hearing ain't what it was.
Let's see. You feel her essence humming and buzzing. Another personality and set of memories lies dormant within her soul, convulsing as if in a fitful sleep. The contours of that dormant soul are sharp, ragged. As you reach out for it, it seizes you violently. You are standing in a darkened feast hall. Sturdy tables and benches have been stacked against the door in the far end of the room. You know it won't be enough. A few dozen other dwarfs from your tunneling crew wait with you, shovels and pickaxes in their shaking hands. Could this be it?
Zenove, please. If we go now, we can get behind the barricade. We won't do any good here.
He's right, and you hear agreement in the quiet murmur of the others. But Armswarden Maroon ordered you to hold your ground here. Yet in those rising whispers you hear the opening bars of mutiny. You have never tolerated insubordination from your crew, and you aren't about to start. So you heft your pickaxe and swing into the man's skull. He collapses and the others fall silent. The acrid odor of urine rises from his body.
We're gonna go down fighting. Anyone who feels differently can settle it with me right now.
Your voice is hoarse from hours of shouting orders, but no one else moves. They cast their eyes down in the flickering torchlight. Something thuds against the door. The others raise their weapons. Picks, shovels, and a few swords, but they don't dare flinch. Your own pulse rounds at your temples. You pull back from Tena's soul, but you feel Zenove's wrath and ferocity tugging at you still. Her essence thrashes, lashing out at an unseen enemy. Zenove is powerful, but dangerous too. Her fury has anchored her to old and threatening memories. So it's possibly not a good idea to reawaken a soul like that. Taina, however, seems unaware of any of this, and she blinks back at you with cloudy, placid eyes. Alright, so we found another soul, but I want to find out if there's any other options here. What does it say here? There may be someone else in town I could awaken. Alright, well let's keep our options open here and search for the others. Maybe there is at least one, maybe two more souls we can also reawaken. Alright, where to go next? What about down here? Villager? Just villagers. More villagers. A villager. And this villager. Is there anyone I don't like specifically? And I guess that there is nobody in this little cathedral. What about Durgan? Looks like I don't have the option to check out his soul, but alright. Let's see, do they have anything I want to sell? Doesn't look like it, no. Yeah, no. Oh yeah, I remember this stuff, but I'm gonna leave them for now. And about you, just a villager. Oh, there's
that special?
Ah, what do we have here? What did you find? Devil? Ah, just some money.
Just say the word.
Maybe this one. There's this one guy here. Maybe he has a soul we can also awaken. And your name was Tursk. Prolovia. Tursk greets you with a nod. Read his soul. Tursk's soul is vibrant, stoic thing, and as you reach out for it with your senses, you see your breath begin to fog in the air. You find yourself far above the ground, wedged into the juncture of two branches. The moonlight is bright upon the snow, and in the distance your quarry steps out onto the ice as if onto an illuminated stage. You still your breath and draw back your arrow. Warmth bleeds back into your limbs, frost and snow giving way to the smoky interior of Turk's home. So you don't have a Durgan's battery dwarf soul in you? Alright. Well, let's get out. Now, where else can we go? I guess we can check out the fishery, and maybe there's someone in the Temple of Ondra. But, anyone here? This way? Ah, just some villagers. Well, let's check out the fishery. Alright, so they're back at work, even though their boss is dead. Fishery worker, guards, clerk. I wasn't expecting anyone to come by the fishery for a while. Guess that's the proper way to go about it. Really, carry on like it's business as usual. Can I get you anything? Well, what do you have? Oh, he got one of these things as well, but it's 6 grand. Well, we already have one, so I don't think we need that. Although, I guess we could buy some oil. You never know if we can use oil at some point. I think we used it once. In order to, what did we do? Oh yeah, we put some oil we used some oil on a creaking window door, so that it wouldn't be so noisy. That's where we used some oil, if I recall. So yeah, we might use it. I can finally rest easy knowing that Matron ain't lurking outside Stalwart. You're welcome. Never thought I would take up fishing, but it beats fighting the wolves for game. Fishing's ideal for quiet types. You should try it. Did you hear? Grunde was found dead in the fishery. Yeah. I heard about it. Yeah. A pleasure. So no one here is interesting enough for us to inspect their souls. All right. All right. What about? He's just a villager as well. All right. What about this Ista dwarf here? Her.
This is going to be fantastic. Just wait till they hear about this back home.
Looks like we can't talk to her anymore. What about here? Just villagers, I take it. Yup. There must be at least one more somewhere. What we have here? Oh yeah, the same camping supplies. I think we have looked pretty much everywhere so far. I think we have looked everywhere by now. I think, unless I have missed something. Unless I have missed the spot. What about here near the mines? But we have been. Oh, we can. I guess we can still go to Ondra's Badger, Temple of Ondra, even though I'm quite sure that there's nobody there. After I killed all the so-called priests who were actually thieves. But let's see. Maybe there is someone. If not, then I guess I have to make a decision between the mate and the other dwarf whose name now escapes me. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anyone here. And I haven't missed any loot either. Yeah, I thought so. There's no one. Let's just go. So, nobody was in there, just like I suspected. And they are just simple villagers as well, I take it. Yup. So yeah, I think I have searched the entire village so far. And I have only found a maid in the tavern or inn. And this one Tina in that house. Yeah, I don't think there's any other places we haven't been yet. So you know what? Let's go and reawaken Tina's soul. Okie dokie. So let's reawaken the soul within Tina. I would have actually much preferred someone who I don't particularly like, some asshole basically. But we couldn't find a person like that. And so yeah, I'm just have to decide. I'm just have to make a choice between Tina or that maid in the tavern. So let's just pick Tina. She happened to be the closest one too.
Got to speak up? My hearing ain't what it was.
Awaken Zenove, and remember your battle in the feast hall. A tremor passes through Tina's face, and then her rumpled skin goes slack. After a racking cough, she blinks like someone slowly coming to consciousness.
That name, it carries memories of death, war, fury, the taste of blood. What do you want with it?
Her eyes have grown unusually clear. That's the look of a cornered animal, Provia. Be careful with her. I need to enter Durgan's battery.
What trickery is this, stranger? You think a Pargrin would so easily betray her own people?
Her hands clench and unclench around an imaginary weapon. Zenove's essence stirs within the same battle-ready furor you sense in her memory from Durgan's battery. She is dangerous. Beneath Zenove, Tina's overwhelmed consciousness struggles. You died years ago? Lie? Has your time in the mine so darkened your eyes? I fought alongside you. I remember when you killed the coward. This could actually be the first time ever in this Let's Play where we could lie. The last of your people disappeared hundreds of years ago. There's nothing left to betray. Well, that's not too bad option either. Yeah, let's go with this. The last of your people disappeared hundreds of years ago. There's nothing left to betray. Zenove's rage is is a heavy fog that clots and thickens, choking Taina's fading consciousness. Zenova herself is overwhelmed, and she forces Taina's eyes into narrow slits.
Lies! Armswarden Maroon will see you cast into the White Forge!
You're mistaken, calm down, Jesus Christ. Or, we could lie. Faithful Parkrunen like us must protect Durgan's battery from Soltun's and Exandros' recklessness. Who the hell are Soltun and Exandros? Well, whatever the case, let us share this cantec as proof of our shared purpose. Yeah, let's just lie. The very first time in this let's play, where we are gonna lie. Her eyes fly wide as she recites something enchanting written. Hammers of Durgan ring loud, may the anvil's deep music resound. Walls of the battery safeguard our works from Morondo and Wilder alike. Abidon's faithful travail by the forge and the fires that brighten the ore. She takes a deep breath, and her eyelids droop. Inside the old woman's body, the personalities and memories of Zenova and Taina vie for dominance. Zenova is wresting full control from Taina. You feel the old woman's personality nearly smothered beneath Zenova's intensity. Taina fades within every passing second, but it may still be possible to pull her to the surface. Taina, listen to my voice. This is your body and your soul. Don't let Zenova take it from you. Or push Taina's essence down, allowing Zaina to fully emerge. So what should we do? I don't really care about this Taina person too much personally. Probably of course doesn't care. What the hell, I guess I should just stay in the character, of course. This is roleplaying after all. But what would she do? Would she care enough to even try to save Taina? I mean, we kinda are responsible for this after all. Or push Taina's essence down, allowing Zenova to fully emerge. Or we just do nothing and see what happens. Let's do nothing. Zenova seizes control with a ferocity that jolts Taina's frail limbs. She looks up at you, and her furious gaze is one of a woman still lost in violent, distant memories. It's too much for Taina's dying consciousness. It shivers and vanishes as Zenova, now in full control of Taina's body, attacks. Oh, great. Well, I guess we just have to kill her. Shame. But hey, what do we care? We got what we wanted. Yeah, I think she should go down very easily. I mean, she's an old woman. Just use... and just auto-attack, why not? Use this and send it to mark there as well, if there's any room. And you just use the Withering Strike, it's once per encounter, yeah.
Just say the
yeah, that didn't last long. Yeah, I feel kinda bad, I'm not gonna lie, but I just have to stay... I just have to stay in the character. Let's see now. So the verses of the cantec are: Hammers of Durgan ring aloud, may the anvil's deep music resound. Walls of the battery safeguard our marks from Marauder and Wilder alike. Abidon's faithful travail by the forge and the fires that brighten the ore. Alright. I can't lie, folks, I'm feeling really bad right now. Really bad.
Just say the word.
I'm really having this urge to just reload the latest autosave and then save Taina from that fate. I really feel like doing that.
Right here.
But
if you say so.
Let's pick up this bad boy and see what we have here, since she's dead. Fine robe. Hooded turban. Let's see. What if we give it to her? What would she look like? I'm most likely not gonna keep it because it doesn't have any stats, but still. That actually looks kinda silly. What about if we give it to you? Oh, it's different color now. Meh. And if we give it to Durans, he's having a hood already. Well, not too bad. But I think I prefer this. Alright, so... Oh, I didn't want that to disappear. I learned the cantec from Zenove, a dwarf who lived and died in Durgan's battery. Unfortunately, Zenove took over Tina's body and attacked me, and I was forced to kill her. Yeah, let's just live with the consequences, no matter how bad I feel about this. But, since we are here, might as well steal all her stuff. What's this? Bronze Abaddon statue. Many households in Durgan's battery had a statue of Abaddon that was cast in the White Forge. The original was made by a renowned Abtapo sculptor. Maybe we can sell it or something. And here? A fine dagger and some simple money. And not much else. Alright, we got what we wanted, so let's leave. Alright, now I guess we go to Russet Wood before we go to Calvino's cabin and tell Calvino about Grunde's fate.
Leave it to me!
But man, I feel like shit now. After killing that poor old dwarf lady. But life goes on. For us, that is, but still. Yeah, so I guess we go to Russet Wood and try to find that whatever that guy's name was again, kill him, and then we go to Durgan's battery, or Calvino's cabin to be more specific, to be more precise. So, to Russet Wood we go. Alright.
You've come a long way to find someone who's been dead so long. You think Persock will remember you?
The important thing is sharing what the village remembers. Who he was, what he did.
Ever think he's happier not knowing?
That's not for him or me to decide.
Alright. Now, I think... Oh, Woodcutter's Grove. So I'm quite sure that he's here. He's a woodcutter after all. Well, there's some people here. Devil of Caroc. It's him. Harmk. I remember that weak chin and those knobbly knees. She stopped staring motionless at the figures among the trees. Patience, Amiga.
How goes?
The elven man emerges into the clearing and freezes, staring at the Devil of Caroc. For an elf, he's tall and rangy, with a weather-beaten face beneath stringy, greasy hair. The others with him turn, glaring and gaping at the bronze golem.
Oroc's shadow! What's that wicked thing doing here?
Harmk swallows, a lump bobbing in his neck. Why are you so nervous? We are saving your sorry village. She's my ally. We were just exploring, looking for you. Or should we just... We are saving your sorry village. So we mean Stalwart by this. Let's just be honest. Looking for you.
Me? You can't mean...
His face goes pale.
Look, we don't want no trouble. Just trying to do our work.
Beads of sweat have formed on his forehead despite the chilly air.
We'd be much obliged if you'd leave us be. And take that thing with you.
He looks at the devil with a mixture of terror and loathing. Enough. What do you see, Prolvia? Is that the man who torched us? The devil sways on her feet, her whole body moving around the axis of her ankles. Though she's talking to you, her attention, a concentrated spear of essence, is focused on Harmk. Who are you? Harmk, do you remember the village of Cold Morn? Or should we just read his soul without asking? I guess we can just ask him first before reading his soul. Let's see what happens. Harmk, do you remember the village of Cold Morn?
Everyone does. Let the raid Sarens into the Deerwood. What's that got to do with anything?
What are you dallying for? See what's written on that bastard's soul. Her essence boils and rots. Well, fine. Read Harmk's soul. He steps away from you, but your awareness reaches through his trembling skin and the feeble resistance of his fear. You see memories. Snow-shrouded forests, partitioned by fallen pines and fears. Days measured by the steady swing of your axe. There are other moments too, recollections that flare up like a heart's welcoming fire. There are children, spry and lanky like you, but still full of the rowdy energy of youth. Together you scatter winterbloom petals on a grave. You reach deeper into Harm's soul. Years roll back. A torch in your left hand bats your face and shoulder in heat. All around you are other men and women holding other torches, and the mountain air is acrid with the stench of smoke and sweat. Rage billows off of the others. It's been a fever in your blood for days now, exhausting you and invigorating you in equal measure. You're at the edge of that town, Cold Morn. It's hours yet before dawn, but the commotion has started to awaken the village. Candlelight ignites behind frost-crusted windows, and haunted faces peer out at you through the glass. You begin to doubt yourself. Just then a door slams. A villager comes racing through the streets, kicking up snow. With his stark white face and pale hair, he looks almost like a ghost. The line of torchbearers ripples as he gets closer. He picks up speed, but nobody moves toward him. You imagine him breaking through this row, shattering your ranks like the bad dream that brought you all here. You imagine waking up in your bed, the heat from your torch, nothing more than the warmth of your wife sleeping next to you. Instead, the villager reaches the row of torchbearers. A stone's throw away from you. A woman advances from the line and buries her dagger in his neck. The rest of your fellows shout. Rage, memory, and bloodthirsty triumph boil up in you. You all came with a purpose. You came to bring justice to the traitors of Cold Morn. The next few hours are painted in colors more vivid than life. You put your torch to anything that stands and your sword to anyone who runs. It is as if Markran herself whispers in your ear and guides your hand. Exhaustion has almost cooled your rage when you spy a house at the edge of town, one of the only buildings that hasn't already burned. It's flanked by knotty spruce trees, and the door is painted yellow. Yellow, the bloom of sunrise, the hue of your son's hair, the color of cowardice. Just then, someone barrels into you from behind. It's a man. Someone you remember from the journey to Cold Morn. Though you can't recall his name, he snarls at you, mad with indiscriminate rage, and it occurs to you that he's mistaken you for one of the villagers. You smash the window and hurl your torch inside. The other man has turned away. You think you hear a child and shriek within the house, but it's impossible to tell above the roar of the riot. Harm shivers as you pull away from his memory. His eyes are wide with guilt and fear. Spit it out, Pralvia. What did you see? Her feet are rooted in the snow, but her limbs jerk and jangle. He burnt down your house. He's not responsible for what happened to your family. So wait, are both of these kind? Is the first option true, but the second, but we try to convince you that he's not fully responsible. At least he doesn't say that it's a lie option there. It's not that simple. So wait. Just then someone barrels into you from behind. It's a man, someone you remember from the journey to Cold Morn. Though you can't recall his name, he snarls at you, mad with indiscriminate rage, and it occurs to you that he's mistaken you for one of the villagers. You smash the window and hurl your torch inside. The other man has turned away. You think you hear a child scream within the house, but it's impossible to tell above the roar of the riot. So he did burn the house because he was afraid that the others would also mistake him as a villager, if I'm not mistaken here. Yeah, he burnt your house, all right. He stares at Harmk. You hear only a whirring mechanism in her throat, but Harmk leans closer.
What did you say?
His mouth quivers. What did it feel like? The torch in your hand, the blade you carried. What did they feel like? A wild, inhuman scream echoes out of the bizarre machinery of her throat. It drops Harmk and his companions to their knees, where they cry out in terror. Gears squeal and crank as she rushes at him. Alright, I guess we kill every last one of these woodcutter peasants. I'm not too worried about these guys, but I'm gonna buff everyone here just in case. And why are you there, Maneha? You should be at the front here. And then you yell. And then I think, where is the Hark? There. And you, Devil, can kill Hark. Go ahead. He's all yours. And as for us, you are there. I can barely see you because of all that light going on here. And us, where are we anyway? We are there, alright. Let's just focus on this woodcutter here, and you mark this one and send it to Mark to attack that one as well. Oh, multiple Durances. You attack this one prone. Actually, never mind, he's about to die anyway. And where is Hark? There. If only we had that teleporting ability Winky has. Well, heal Durans. Oh wait. Who am I controlling? Maneha. There we. Wrong character. You. And now, attack Hark. Have your revenge. They are weak, all right. Doesn't stand a chance. We collected some taxes, all right. Yeah, this was easy. They were just woodcutters, so I wasn't expecting much. Pick all that good money. Hopefully the people of Stalwart are not going to be too unhappy about this. Alright, what do you have to say for this Devil of Caroc? Still bloodthirsty?
Almost 15 years I've been looking for him.
She stares ahead as you approach, the ink-blank marbles of her eyes fixed on some distant point. Her essence swells and swells in the throes of contemplation.
All that fretting and wondering. And the deed's over in less time than it takes to tell.
My cousin said something similar after her wedding night. How do you feel now? Some men don't last long. Yeah, that's quite good. Harm got what he deserved, and that's what matters. I hope Harm's death has brought you peace. He's dead now, that's what you wanted. Harm's got what he deserved, and that's what matters. I think this is going to be the very first time when I'm actually going to pick the passionate option, even though it doesn't fit my character that much. I would actually consider this as a cruel option rather than passionate, but that's just me. Harm got what he deserved, and that's what matters.
Then I shiver to think on the judgment you'd pass on me.
A dry metallic chuckle echoes from her throat.
I killed a lot of folk in my time. Felt their blood slick in my hands, smelled their flesh as it burned.
She holds her hands in front of herself as they twitch and spasm.
And I always used to imagine what it would be like to have Harmka under my knife, feeling his breath come hot and fast, smelling the fear ooze out of him.
Get on with it.
Couldn't feel a thing. His fading pulse weren't no more than a patter of rain to me.
She shrugs, letting her arms clatter to her sides. What do you mean? Trust me, he's definitely dead. Can't you just pretend? That's anticlimactic. Yeah, kind of. But trust me, he's definitely dead. That's anticlimactic. I kinda like that option, but can't you just pretend? Pretend what? Couldn't feel a thing. His fading pulse weren't no more than a patter of rain to me. Trust me, he's definitely dead.
I know! But I wanted to feel it, you understand?
I think I do understand. She reaches toward you with sudden, desperate intensity.
This body, it weren't made for feeling. Gouging my fingers into Harmka's wasting flesh, his screams just buzzing in my skull.
Ah, she couldn't get the full satisfaction from the kill because she's a golem, basically. I see. She flexes and unflexes her fingers in a few lightning-quick motions.
All it did was remind me
Of what?
that this is a madman's fever dream. Like a prison. But no, because in a prison, you lay your head down and you feel the straw soft beneath you. Your flesh prickling in the cold, black bread crumbling on your tongue.
She turns her arms in front of her, examining the scrollwork on the backs of her hands with horror and wonder. After 13 years, can't you get used to it? Your body has unique strengths and advantages too. Come now, it can't really be as bad as all that. Pain and pleasure are distractors, you are lucky to avoid them. Yeah, right, that sounds awful. After 13 years, can't you get used to it?
I still dream I'm folk. I wake up some mornings wondering why I can't feel the floor beneath me, thinking I must have fallen and gone crippled. But then I lift my head, see a bronze corpse stretching out in front of me.
She lowers her head. A tremor runs through her. I see. At least you're alive. That's something. If you don't quit complaining, I'll think up something worse for you. Yeah, let's just go with the cruel option because we're a bitch like that.
And what would you know of having your essence ripped from you mote by mote?
Her steady black eyes glare coldly.
It's not pity I want, it's a choice.
She draws back from you.
I dreamed too of what Galvino did that night. Those moments. I'd endure another Cold Morn if it would spare me this fate.
She rubs her hands together, tracing her even joints with her fingertips. What happened exactly?
It was after I got caught in Stalwart. They'd locked me in a little house by me and the old mayor and his cronies.
Her head tips as she remembers.
When a crowd of them came for me in the dark of night, I was only surprised it had taken them so long. Only they didn't march me to no gallows. No, they snuck me to another house on the edge of town, real sneaky-like. That's where I met Galvino.
She raises her head, her black eyes shining. What was he doing there? I guess he made the deal by then. He's the one who transferred your soul. Galvino was living in Stalwart at the time? Yeah, I think we know that. So what was he doing there?
He was fiddling with some machinery in his workshop. Had his sleeves rolled up even though it was cold enough to see your breath. Never actually looked at me until he started fitting some copper helmet over my head. By that time, the mayor's goons had me trussed up good and tight. Galvino was having himself a grand time barking orders at that lot.
I think I see where this is going. What did the Major have to do with this?
He'd agreed to hand me over to Galvino for an experiment.
Yeah, they mentioned that. She waves her hands at the word, metal flashing.
Claimed it was a fair punishment, but the townfolk weren't too pleased at being denied their stone pitching. Didn't help that they heard the jangle of copper in that deal. In the end, that's what sent Galvino and the old mayor packing.
I see.
So while Galvino's fastening that helmet over my head and them copper bands around my arms, I'm starting to look at his contraption. And that's when I see it.
Her black eyes are fixed on some indefinable point. Her essence dims.
It's this metal suit strapped into the machine, just like me. A cold, dead-eyed thing, all done up with fancy carvings and such.
This was the suit you inhabit now, you mean?
The one.
Her voice buzzes from her head, cold and distant.
I start asking Galvino and the rest of them what's going on, but they're too busy to answer. Then suddenly, they're waiting, staring at me with that fixed, horrified look. But they ain't watching me. They're watching for something to happen.
Her eyes flicker, rolling and scraping behind her face.
Galvino tells the woman nearest the machine to flip the handle. And then, just pain. Being torn apart every which way, feeling my soul peeled from my body.
Her limbs twitch and shudder. She pauses, waiting for her body to fall still. This voice acting is very good, by the way. I'm very impressed.
By the time I came to, I couldn't feel a thing. Just this dull, distant sort of ache.
Oh, no voice acting at this point for this. Weird. I heard the old man cackling and chattering. When I saw him looming over me, looking down at me with hungry eyes, I tried to scream, tried to swing at him.
Think that was when I knew.
She shakes her head and falls silent. And that's how you ended up here. Well, it's over now. And that's how you ended up here.
Sure enough, and how Galvino ended up in that little shack. The rest of Stalwart didn't take kindly to having a killer in their midst, nor to seeing their mayor and the army Valians strike a secret deal. They drove Galvino out, destroyed a fortune in machinery, and wrote a letter to the Academy in Salona, ruining what was left of his name. Still, he's lucky he didn't get a pelting.
Yeah, indeed.
The old mayor fled too, and Stalwart's been as snug and cheery as ever.
Now that we have dealt with Harmk, why have you stuck around?
You're better company than Galvino.
Well, I guess that's fair enough. She says it in an offhand, teasing fashion, but she looks away from you, fidgeting with a rivet.
Been a while since I were out in the world. Guess I'm keen on seeing more of it. And it ain't often I meet someone who understands my leanings so well.
Being a pitch has paid off, apparently.
Anyways, I've been wondering about that fortress.
Being a cruel bitch has been paying off. She looks away again, flexing her wrist joint. Durgan's battery? What about it? She's quiet, fixated on her squinting joint.
Near everyone thinks it'll have just the thing they need.
She ticks a list of on her clicking fingers.
Those villagers wanted to fix up their brook downtown. Galvino always thought it carried some great secret of Animanson, and all them adventurers came looking for fancy gear.
Just like us, basically. What are you hoping for to find? Could be any of those things. They're all fools. An abandoned fortress won't solve anyone's problems. Well, this is a cruel option as well, but I'm more interested in the gear that's possibly inside the fortress. They're all fools. An abandoned fortress won't solve anyone's problems. Yeah. Her words die in her throat with a sound like a creaking door.
You're right. Let's go.
Maybe I should have... damn it. Maybe I should have asked that what she wanted to find from there in Durgan's battery. Just because I'm curious. But maybe we'll find out eventually when we get there. Yeah, let's just live with this. Even though I
just say the word.
I'm kind of regretting that I didn't ask what she wishes to find from there. But hey, maybe there's some river reed. Oh, didn't we? Oh yeah, we did examine this altar some time ago. But yeah, once we get to Durgan's battery, maybe we can then learn. Maybe then she will reveal us that what she wishes to find from there. Alright, and now we go to Galvino's cabin, near Durgan's battery. And here we are. Alright, Galvino, I did what you asked. And more than that, actually.
The devil has not scorched you yet, eh? Perfetto!
I have news about Grund, and I wanted to know more about the expeditioners who came to you before. Well, let us tell him about Grunde for starters.
Yes? Does the sniveling cur hide in his home, or has he been exiled to a place even more frigid and foul?
He claps his hands together in excitement. I learned that he murdered his sister. When he saw what I was up to, he attacked. I had to kill him. Well, let's tell him about the murder of his sister first.
Siperos! The man is even more of a wretch than I thought!
His face glows with macabre delight.
What of him now? Surely the villagers string him up with his own fishing line.
When he saw what I was up to, he attacked. I had to kill him.
He attacked first? I must trust your word, Emika.
He gives you a skeptical look. Well, I can't really play him. And yeah, I think... yeah, we did attack first. Yeah, so yeah. I can't really blame him for being a skeptic. Anyway.
I would have preferred that he did not escape his ignominy so quickly. Still, I am grateful for your help. I will open a good wine tonight. As for you, take this.
You have gained an item. 2 potions of major endurance is added to my inventory. Nice. And we got some experience too. Well, since we are here, I might as well ask about the other expeditioners.
As would I, but there is little to tell. They never gave their names.
He tugs at his whiskers.
But they seem to know more about the battery than the others, which is unusual because they did not seem like typical adventurers.
Is he possibly talking about the Leaden Key cultists?
Their hands were smooth and marked with ink, not scars, and they traveled light. Unusually so.
He rubs at his chin.
Something else? Quay?
Well, I guess not. Okie dokie, and this is now done, I take it? Yep. Grunde ambushed me and I killed him. Calvino was satisfied, though he would have preferred to see Grunde thoroughly disgraced. Well, you can't have it all. The Morning Circle added. The quest expires in 2 days. Oh, what is this? Another assignment. Let's see. Rewards 15% experience, morning gloves, and some money. A secret society of animancers has been traveling around the Eastern Reach, promising to restore life to lost loved ones. They perform their rituals at clandestine meetings in various cities, never staying in one place for more than a few days. Though some spark of life appears to be restored to the bodies they revive, authorities suspect that the group is behind abductions, murders, vivisections, and other ghastly practices that appear to be required by their methods. To make matters worse, those restored to life rapidly decompose or go mad within days of their resurrection. Concerned animancers and various civic authorities are seeking help in tracking down those responsible. Alright, who should we send this time? Well, Kana has already been in one assignment, and... I was first thinking that maybe I should send Winky or... How about we send Aloth? Yeah, I think Aloth would like this one. So let's assign him. And what do we have here? Nothing. Alright. Okie dokie. Now, I was thinking about ending this episode here, but I think I want to have at least one more battle before we stop, because, well, the last battle we had with against those lumberjacks or woodcutters wasn't really much of a challenge. But there is that one group of enemies with some ice blights in their ranks that I want to take care of. And you know how much I love those freaking ice blights. So yeah, let's go and take them down. And I think I'm gonna end this episode here after that. Alright. Let's go.
I've traveled thousands of miles on Valian trading ships, but never seen the shores of Nasitak. How did you find your way on your own, Sagani?
Well, it has taken 5 years, but Itamak never wants to ask for directions.
Perhaps you should take over as navigator in the future.
Like I always say, blame it on the fox.
Now also, I was wondering, have we now completed Devil of Caroc's own quest, or is there some more that we have to do? Let's see. The one that got away. Yeah, it seems to be done. All right. I'm a bit disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. I wish there was at least one or two more guys Devil of Caroc wanted to hunt down and kill, but apparently there was just only one guy. Unless there's another quest offer of the Grey Sleeper. This is a sword one. His better half. Yeah, we have this quest. Discover how Ugart died. This was this one. We just found this one. Was it a soul or a body? We found, and we read his, and we searched his soul. Actually, let's just read this. Ugart came to the White March searching for his soul twin, but somebody killed him in the lonely mountain passes. I found the final wisp of his soul in the wilds east of Stalwart. I found Utgard's journal by the Lakufite nests near the hot springs. The creatures must have taken it, but I didn't see any other signs of Utgard's. The journal mentions a cave behind a waterfall. Perhaps I'll find answers there. Behind a waterfall. Well, I don't see waterfalls here. Well, it could be here in the Fog of War. Ah, there's a waterfall in Longwatch Falls. Alright, I think in the next episode, I think we're gonna go to back to Longwatch Falls and try to look for the cave behind that waterfall and see what we find from there. But before we end this episode, let's finish those
Right here.
guys here. Actually, oh wait, they should be here. Alright.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Let's have a quick look-see.
Right here.
Where are they? There they are. There's some Lakufite and some ice blights.
Yeah.
Alright. Now, but before we go, I'm gonna save real fast. Alright. Now,
Right here.
let's see if we can move her somewhere here. Yep.
Just say the word.
And you just come rushing in.
Okay.
Alright, oh, shit. They are all paralyzed. Of course they are paralyzed. Jesus Christ. Go and attack this one. And get out of stealth. Actually, no. Ah, never mind. Already did it. Heal yourself. Maneha is not doing well here. Second wind, quickly. Heal her. Of course she goes down, god damn it. Mark this one, I need to mark, where is he? We'll attack this one. Actually, knock him prone. And I think Devil can kill this one here. And there's only one ice blight, so I guess this should be fine. Use this.
Not feeling my best.
I hate how these guys are paralyzed like that. Who does that? I guess it's one of these Lakufite bastards here. Oh, can you quickly heal Ituma? Yes, you can. I guess it's better that you do it again. Again? There we go. And then use this. Attack this one. And Devil of Caroc, kill this one. Yeah, nice. Use this on this one. And we can... What am I doing? I can of course resurrect my... There we go. And then yell. And you use this and heal Pallegina while you had it. If you weren't paralyzed, that is. Destroy this ice blight already. Heal Pallegina.
The fight is ours!
Pallegina, heal yourself and you give her defenses.
Not feeling...
And you finish this one off. This doesn't deal any damage, does it? Yeah, it doesn't deal any damage by the looks of it. Yup, it doesn't. Alright.
Death to our enemies!
And then finish this one off. There we go.
Yeah.
That wasn't so bad. Those Lakufite paralyzing my characters is just freaking annoying to deal with. And of course I didn't drop anything nice. Yup, that went well.
Leave it to me.
So yeah, like I said, I think I'm going to end this episode here. And in the next one we are gonna go back to Longwatch Falls. Try to look for that cave behind the waterfalls. Oh wait. Could it possibly mean that one cave where was that huge freaking dragon that killed us all almost instantly? I sure hope it's not that one. Well, I guess we'll find that out in the next episode when we go back to Longman's Falls and see if we can find some sort of a cave behind a waterfall. And after that, we come back to Durgan's Battery and finally explore the rest of this area here before we try to enter the fortress itself. So that's my plan for the next episode. Now then, thank you for watching once again, and see you next time for more Pillars of Eternity: The White March.